Yo, what's going on, everybody out there in Radio Land? Of course, you know you listen to the Global Network right here on HotlineRadio.net. I'm your host, Keith Harris. Once again, want to thank everybody for tuning in with us today. Um, right now, coming up all the way from Toronto, Canada, wonderful dude, wonderful artist, um, wonderful president of a company, known this man for a long time. Big shouts out to him and his whole staff, as a matter of fact. His LP is dropping today on Halloween. Halloween, as a matter of fact, y'all. So without further ado, in the building, we got my man Bumpy Kinks, president and artist of More Records. What's going on, Bumpy?
Hey, what up, y'all? What up? What up, Sam? Thanks for having me on the show. I want to say what up to all my people out there listening in that are tuning in for this interview. It's a big day today, man. Thanks for having me on here.
Hey, no doubt, man, no doubt. You know what? And it's kind of groovy too, man, because I know like the style of your album. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got me because the style of your album dropping on Halloween Day like that, and you got songs like the Seven Deadly Sins, and you know what I'm saying. So it's kind of like it's kind of right on time with it, right?
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't originally the plan. The plan wasn't. It wasn't a full-on marketing plan like
Yeah.
let's push this for Halloween at first.
Yeah.
But then as the album, the mixing of the album, and the videos were getting done, and Halloween was right around the corner as I was getting ready to put it out. So when I looked at the theme of the album, I just said it would tie right in perfectly with a Halloween release covering the seven deadly sins. It's a real concept album. I think people are gonna really enjoy listening to this and taking this album in. It's a throwback for sure. It's definitely a throwback album to that golden era type of hip hop, storytelling and whatnot.
Yeah, and the game is kind of missing that golden era touch too. You know what I'm saying? A
One
lot.
hundred percent.
Yeah, music has kind of changed. So to talk about Ilmore, just to let the people know a little bit about Ilmore, where did Ilmore come from? I know Belo, Buffalo. Shouts out to the whole Belo too. You know what I'm saying? Um,
No more.
yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
real.
For like Ilmore, Fillmore Ave, and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
No doubt. So
Yeah,
what
that's my stomping grounds. Actually, with Ilmore is me and my brothers. My one brother,
right?
E-Class. Shout out to E-Class, is working on his LP right now as we speak,
Uh,
coming out later on this year. But me, E-Class, and one of our other brothers who's featured on some of the Ilmore projects, Lucci. We kind of, it was like Ilmore was kind of our brainchild, and since we're from there, we're from Belo. If you go back to the first Elmore mix album, that street album that dropped, it was Twin Cities, Belo to Tio. That's kind of like how we've always kind of done it, because both places we considered home, Belo and Tio. So with the name Elmore, it was just kind of like showing love to the place that brought us up, where we came from. So it kind of like ties it all in together. Got mad love for all my people down there. Sycamore, Bailey, Fillmore. Love all y'all. Shout out to Belo, yeah.
Hey man, you bringing me back talking about all them places, Sycamore. I used to live in below myself, right on Person Street. You know what I'm saying?
For real, I
Yeah,
know exactly where that's at.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to all them down there in the Arab store in the corner, man. I miss Broadway and all that, man. No doubt.
The treats, man, up in the store. That's the spot.
Yep.
Belo's got a lot of character, so
Yeah.
that's home.
So before we get into the music, what was how long have you guys been working? How long has Ilmore been alive? Ilmore Records.
Well, Elmore's been around for a minute, and as far as like actual structure,
Yeah.
as far as like functioning like a company, this is probably newer. Probably, I would say, when it became official was the drop of the first Elmore street album that dropped in '09, which was the Twin Cities, Below the Tio.
Okay.
Below the Tio, the underground underground route.
Okay.
That was in '09, but prior to that, like we were pretty much, me and a lot of the people we work with on Elmore as like fam team that we came up here on both sides, TO and B-Lo,
Right.
and Toronto and Buffalo for all y'all. And it started out with the little freestyles and mixtapes,
Yeah.
4-track tapes and stuff, and it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah.
So we realized this is something we wanted to do, and that we had the talent to do it.
Yeah. And I asked that question, just to really let everybody out there know that I'm down with Elmore as well, and been down with these fellas for a long time. I think I don't know, man, like what, 15 years, 12, something like that.
Back.
Yeah.
We're going back.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're waiting. We're still waiting for that Keith Harris album to come out under the Elmore label. I got the tracks here on my hard drive.
That's
I was
right.
bumping it the other night.
Yep, they the only.
Let your listeners hear
that. You know what? That I know. I ain't even leaked none of that to them yet, right? That's to let everybody in Radio Land know that is Elmore are the only people who have any of the Keith Harris tracks. That's really exclusive right there, man. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
If y'all want to check, if y'all want to really hear your man Keith Harris, you listen to him all the time. You go to the Elmore site right now. You can download the second Elmore mixed street album, which was Elmore Reloaded. Keith Harris is right on there.
Yeah.
You got one track on there, and you're actually on the upcoming Elmore compilation that's dropping later this year, probably in December. It's called Audio Shrapnel. So that's the next Elmore album after this one that's dropping today, and Keith Harris is all over it. So y'all phone in, y'all ready?
Yep.
You listen to Keith Harris all the time, and y'all demand it. Let them know y'all want that Keith Harris Elmore album now.
That's right. Cause Bumpy the only one that's gonna be able to talk me into doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up.
Sure. We got a lot to discuss after this interview.
Word. Hey, so now, talk about the LP. I know there's some tracks off that, and we'll get into one of those in just a few minutes. As a matter of fact, let's jump into one of them right now. As a matter of fact, which one you want to go into first, bro?
Since we've been spending a lot of time talking about my stomping grounds, Buffalo, where Elmore got its start and stuff, why don't you cue up the B-Lo Liz?
All right, that's what's up right here on Hotline Radio with my man Bumpy Kinks. You about to get a first taste of the Elmore flavor right here on Hotline Radio with Bumpy Kinks and your boy Keith Harris. Here we go. B-Lo Lives.
It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? This is Channel 7's Eyewitness News.
Back from Rael and Chuck ran Def Jam. Who remember the original gun clap, man? Now heads is like, what the fuck happened? They say keepers of the hood started napping. They Poonie boys got up and started rapping. Remember ciphers, gobble ghost cats like Pac-Man. DJ Bricks go cut the wax, man. Things ain't the way they used to be. They touring the country on some mistaken identity. And these cats out here ain't even hungry. Bags ought to be auditioning for Glee. Time to shoot the stork, the rest get aboard. We said y'all can't even carry the torch, so we'll use them to burn down y'all forts. $1 million rappers that snort get extorted. 502 yards. 51-3. Buffalo represents the EFC in Super Bowl 25. Buffalo represents side affairs watching the old school weep. They done sold their soul, what they gonna reap? I'm from the the state where the city never sleeps. City where I'm hide after putting them in the sheets. Below home of Comstock and Ready Rock, where blue collars set the pace, punch the clock. Place where old timers say they're talking proud. Now it's just winos on the corner, extra loud. We all looking like, where's our Jesus? Who's gonna lead us? Hey, this is home of upstate and Canisius. They say they weak and beneath us. Maybe you can meet us. Below slam, now who's beneath us? So whether you're chopping, serving fiends, addictions, at Rite Aid for minimum, serving prescriptions, Vixens on Michelin, or pitching in the wrong jurisdiction. Let's avoid prison and not tap in submission.
Kelly somehow gets out of the trouble. And throws to Boston for a touchdown. Wide open touchdown, Andre Reed.
Once they realize the power of the streets, they got them watered down, fake spitting on speech. Ghetto essence essentially washed away with bleach. The real almost gone, getting sucked on by leeches. Uh-oh, here come the vultures and bloodhounds. Hip-hop, we got another man down. Corrupting the culture, we throw bullets from the underground. War gave you a bullet, yeah, no one bumps your sound. Maybe it's time for the real to get back. Send out like the rockers, we got our backpacks. Hey, the soul was to say backpack. Now we gotta sound whack to get a plaque. And below the turn heads, yell wide right. Damn men driving off the turnpike. It ain't coming back, reminisce on big tonight. And like Naughty, hope everything will be alright.
Give the Thurman Thomas. And he has a first down on the 37-yard line. Buffalo represents.
That was Below Lives off the LP dropping today from Bumpy Kinks.
Yeah,
Bumpy, man, that's golden age music, like you say, man.
100, man. I'm hoping people are feeling it.
Yeah.
It's it comes from a real spot. Like Below Lives is exactly what it sounds like. Just showing mad love to our stomping grounds where we come from. But at the same time, it's kind of like as you listen to it, it's kind of like not only showing love to Below, but Below to me has like that kind of that vintage feel, like that kind of like forgotten spot,
Right.
and that kind of like the golden age of hip hop.
Right.
And kind of like if you listen to the lyrics, you can kind of hear it's not just about Below, but it's kind of like harkening back to like what hip hop was to where it is now type thing. You know what I'm saying? And there's a video for that you guys are gonna see later this year.
Oh, okay.
As well. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because in the beat, you know what I'm saying, as I listen to the beat itself, you know what I'm saying, there's that, like you said, there's that real hip hop knock to it. You see what I'm saying? And it's,
sure.
And it's got the vibe to it where it's got that. See, here's the thing about it. It's got that vibe to it where it's got the street vibe to it, but it's not, it's that gutter, but it's that kind of street core kind of, it's the street corner kind of vibe to it, but then it's the knowledge kind of vibe to it. So it's that fruitful thought, you know what I'm saying, behind it at the same time, man.
For sure. That's how I've with Bumpy Kinks, you get, I'm glad you touched on that. With Bumpy Kinks, it's kind of I kind of straddle that line, and that's kind of I got a lot of hip hop influences, but that's kind of how you'll notice when you listen to my music, or the essence you hear from my music. You can tell that it's coming from there. It's coming from that real place, that real street place. But at the same time, based on my influences, who I came up listening to, it's kind of I like that lyrical wordplay and kind of not just making people think, but at the same time, saying something. When I was coming up, it was the hip hop songs to me that where people were real witty or saying something. Because every song is saying something, but everybody ain't kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Playing with words and paying in a picture. You know what I'm saying? It's an art form now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Now, when
So
it comes
that's what I try to do.
when it comes to like the production and stuff like that, because I know, I know you guys have an amazing production team. I know personally for myself. But who are some of the producers that you guys working with for the people?
Well, the primary ones that we're working with are, as I mentioned earlier, my brother E-Class.
Right.
He has his own stuff going on, but at the same time, he provides some of the production that you'll be hearing on upcoming Elmore projects. Some of the other big ones, which either y'all may have heard of or y'all will be hearing of soon, is my boy Abaddon.
Oh yeah.
He put out, Abaddon.
Yeah,
he put
man.
out, he has a Elmore CD that he put out a couple years ago called Abaddon. You can also check that out on the Elmore website. He's one of the producers. And then there's two other guys, primary guys. There's this dude, D.M.V., which I think you may.
Yep.
He's done a lot of our production on upcoming albums. You'll hear some of his stuff on my LP that'll be coming out early next year. Mine and AJ Fontaine's, which is called AJ Bumps More Ill. He did a lot of production on that, and my boy Einstein, he has some production along with Abaddon on this album, The Seven Deadly Sins, Stillborn Redemption. So all talented cats. There are other cats out there that we're kind of working with, but those are the main ones that I'm giving you. Those are the main guns right there. So
Yeah.
shout out my boy Charlie Ray down in Bilo, Mad Love. So yeah, those are the main dudes.
Yeah, and and like he say too, man, big shouts out to Rob Abaddon and E-Dub, man, cause them cats is ill on the beats, you know what I'm saying? I still remember looking through the snippet CD that time, to pick some beats, and it was quite a few on there, man. The cats is geniuses, man.
He's mad talented, and as we speak, it's just kind of like it's a big day for me because I'm finally dropping my own solo joint. But at the same time, as we're talking about it, I'm working on a side project with Abaddon, which is going to be sort of like a video album type thing, more focused on the video thing. More of that coming up, but and it's all his production. So we're just a lot of hungry cats we're rolling with, and the way we're seeing it, the game is kind of wide open. Kind of wide open right now. So we're just trying to get a foot in there because no one's kind of, there's people who are running it right now, and we all know who they are.
Right.
But at the same time, no one's kind of doing it the way we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're real throwback with a lot of what we're trying to do.
And it's changed, because just in general, you know what I'm saying, the music has changed. It's really changed a lot. And we talk about the music, and we've always talked about it for years. Now, I've noticed something that's been going on lately, and excuse me, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that there's not as many artists that are able to go mainstream. I don't know if it's got to do with record sales, but I don't know if you've noticed it, man. But I've noticed a lot of mainstream rappers are starting to join the battle rap leagues again. And if you recall, some years ago, there was a mainstream, and then there was just the battle rappers, their own league.
You're right.
But I've been noticing like the main artists are starting to join battle raps again, and I'm trying to get a kind of understanding of how, like, is it going back to, is hip hop having to now start all over again because of the heavy change?
Good question.
Yeah.
Definitely good question, man. It's a question we think about and we discuss all the time, me and you and everybody else who's been around the hip hop game for a minute. And in my opinion, I totally agree with you. I think it's on a vibe where, stuff gets, like with all music, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to knock no one's hustle as far as what's going on in the game now because, like it or hate it, everybody's going to have their opinion, but the cats who have come out in the last 10 years, they've raised the game has changed and they've raised the bar as far as the business perspective is concerned. I might not like all their music, but at the same time, it's kind of like they have helped the cats who have come out in the last 10 years as far as exposure, as far as like worldwide exposure, like helping build the hip hop global brand, that sort of thing.
Right.
Now I ain't feeling all of it, but they've all played a role. But now that we're kind of there, everything goes in cycles, in my opinion. So I think it's kind of like we're at that point now, and we're open to help spearhead that. And there's a lot of cats that I know that are out now that I enjoy listening to. You know what I mean? Underground,
right?
New York artists who are doing that sort of style. But I think it's slowly coming back because people are hungering for that real hip hop stuff.
Right.
And music nowadays don't give me that. Like, do you remember like in the with some of the older stuff, you would listen to it, and I haven't got goosebumps from a track in how long, man?
Me
you know
neither.
What I mean? Like, but it's so good. So it's been so long, and I think people are hungering for that type of music.
Right. And I feel the same way. Like nowadays, I can't really even turn on the radio and, like you say, get lost into a song. I mean, even to just take it back to the old DMX days, and that's not too far, because you can go back even farther than that. But for some of the cats who might be a little younger that just kind of remember the DMX days, man, even back in them days, like you could turn on the radio and listen to people like that, and like you say, you get goosebumps just from the stuff that they was talking about.
Excuse my mouth, but
no, you're all
right.
right.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, but for real, it was because it was real stuff then. Like DMX, like talk about him because you brought his name up.
Yeah.
But real cat, he's part. I mean, like you said, he came out a bit later, like in the late '90s there. But to me, he was kind of like still part of that
era, right?
That era, real making real music. With that cat, he had you know what I mean, a lot of thought-provoking stuff. I mean, he put his life down on the record. You know what I mean? And that's the way it was supposed to be done. Like,
that's it.
The stuff we came up on, like, whether you want to talk, like, you know what I mean, when we were talking, like I you know what I mean? I try not to, I know, like, there's good hip-hop that's come out of, like, every area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I primarily came up on the New York stuff.
I did too.
At the same time,
I did too.
Yeah, so we all know the Nas's and the Woos.
Yeah.
But the first cat that made me fall in love with hip hop wasn't even East Coaster. You know what I mean?
Word.
It was my man Ice Cube. I mean, he was rocking on those East Coast beats.
Oh,
with the
man.
Bomb Squad in them off of his first joint. But you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like every area at that time was making dope music. You know what I mean? Whether you go down south and you had like Outkast and Goody Mob and them doing their thing, and out west, with Death Row and them, it was just like, it was popping. It was just like, it was a fun time to make music.
Right. I'm
sure because everybody was kind of like, it didn't matter where you were from. Everybody was just putting out quality stuff. So,
right.
And
we're going to play another song in a second, but just to kind of say, like, there are some artists out here, so don't get me wrong, I can get nowadays from a couple artists mainstream, I can get the same spit flow that I might be a little bit used to, but they're just not, the content is just quite not the same. Like, some cats are spitting, but I can't, everybody can't relate to $200,000 on the bar and Bentleys, parked everywhere and roses, and like, it's just, so it's harder really for me, myself, speaking for myself, it's just a little harder for me to be able to relate to the hip hop. And again, that don't knock, that don't knock. Yeah, because I mean, if I'm going to the club or I'm going to party, okay, sure. You know what I'm saying? But just on some real life stuff is different. So,
if you kind of like out doing your thing, you might want to hear some of that, but it's more like it's almost corporate rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a completely different thing than,
Exactly.
So I definitely feel you on that, man.
Yeah. All right. So now, okay, back to the LP, back to the Bumpy Kinks album. Again, for those that might just be tuning in, you listen to the Global Network with your host Keith Harris. We got my man Bumpy Kinks, president and artist of Illmore Records, in the building. His LP drops today, Halloween. So he's in the. That's right, Halloween. You know what I'm saying? So you can think about that. Look, and some of these songs too. You know what I'm saying, can get you into the bring you back to even just that spirit, man. Make you want to go put on the mask. I can't wait to hear the 7 Deadly Sins too. But we ain't gonna get into that one right now, unless you just want to. But we'll get into one of the other ones. But for those that's just listening,
you can play since you brought it up. Go ahead with the title track. You can play that one. The 7 Deadly Sins. That's kind of like that almost ties the whole album together right there. I don't want to give too much of the album away because I want y'all to have to go and
buy
download. It's going to be free for a minute on the Elmore website, www.elmorerecords.com. Limited time, the album is going to be free. It's a concept album. You got to listen to the whole thing. It's a 2 CD set, so check it out. But my man Keith's gonna play the track 7 Deadly Sins, which is the lead track off the album. Also, the video is gonna be dropping for that tomorrow. Y'all can see that on Elmore TV up on YouTube, among other places. So man, 7 Deadly Sins, a big tune.
All right, here we go. 7 Deadly Sins right here on Hotline Radio.
There are 7 deadly sins: gluttony.
You want to come take a look at this?
Greed.
No one touches anything.
Sloth, wrath, pride, lust, and envy. 7.
No time for y'all petty excuses. Duck on microphone abuses thrown at these douches. Sounds scary like grave diggers producing. Therapists scared to analyze, say results inconclusive. Most of easy, say these cats is ruthless. Thug throws a gun butts, now everybody toothless. Jail population eager to hoop this. Cause style make plus throw fists and bad boys speak with lists. Teams gets inside it faster than cable boosters. Only one who gets deuces and red in a truce. Then ripping up the city, pissy on Grey Goose. Round up city officials for the nooses. Put up like we a bunch of Babe Ruths. Swinging like U.S. troops, swarming in Beirut. To your rap snakes, we some feverish mongooses. All moving with 22s like Daryl Johnson mooses. We can't behave, man. Cancel y'all out like a game of street hangman. Hope y'all brave, man. This is 7 Deadly Sins. Hope y'all brave, man. This 7 Deadly Sins. Time to make amends while your legs on the mend. Notify your next of kin. It's the 7 Deadly Sins. The 7 Deadly Sins. Snoop ain't fun. Says the team Stephen fun. Yet she entertains half the team till dawn. Type of niggas drunk pissing on your lawn. Stepping out way you straight up playing pawn. Destruction like Genghis Khan. With your girls like Bud Time. 650 constant calls from Al-Anon. Stop me optimizing my prime after you like Megatron. War tactics dudes at your door with egg bar. No kids games, this is straight out of war. Street life and ice water dripping from our pores. Let's even the score. Too late cuz might be letting thugs scaring us up. Now she got more than ringing the tub to scrub. Rough room and drop out adolescents. 12 different ways to the drop, we keep you guessing. No cops or priests on CDs is coded confessions. We here know your surroundings, gotta be your first lesson. We can't behave, man. Cancel y'all out like a game of street hangman. Hope y'all brave, man. This is 7 Deadly Sins. Hope y'all brave, man. This 7 Deadly Sins. Time to make amends while your legs on the mend. Notify your next of kin. It's the 7 Deadly Sins. The 7 Deadly Sins. They got me with a dot quizzing me for insight. Tight lip, no info as they try to indict. While he yaps on about sleepless nights, I'm envisioning turning up the Fahrenheit on these hood parasites. What's wrong with them? They say we're a generation younger. Shortened youth got us acting with crazy hunger. Avoid the lightning, we moves with thunder. More backgrounds and dinosaur. Summertime in and out of homes and record numbers cut. Me with bandits and is needed. William Wallace of the streets, moving through ghetto hamlets with freaks. Misguided with threats when we just want to eat. Act at the sleepless nights and we're straight causing grief. So it'll be predictable when they label us despicable and try to find some laws that's stickable. We're doing the exact same rituals forever done by your electoral. Y'all brolic bigging up your pectoral. So call us pox, the Salem lot, moving with ish in our thought. The monsters of the midway, the beasts of the streets. So shit change, we straight bonkers, giving y'all something to tweet. Hey, hey, here they come with the heat. We can't behave, man. Cancel y'all out like a game of street hangman. Hope y'all brave, man. It's the 7 deadly sins. Hope y'all brave, man. The 7 deadly sins. Time to make amends while your legs on the mend. Notify your next of kin. It's the 7 deadly sins. The 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, that joint hot right there. That was a 7 Deadly Sins by Bumpy Kinks. Man, that beat hot, man.
For sure, for sure. You know, don't be, I know some people will hear the title of the song and, like, get, you know, worried and whatnot. Like Halloween release, 7 Deadly Sins.
This man is evil.
What is he into? Trying to burn my CD or something? But it ain't like that shit. I got something to say. Taking the CD, don't come to no conclusions of what the album's about because I'm talking about 7 Deadly Sins and stuff. You know, like Calvin Butts running over Ice Cube CDs.
In other words, don't try to play it backwards, y'all.
Thank you.
It does not do that. Okay.
It has a great concept to it, you know what I mean? And that's why it's called, the whole album title is called 7 Deadly Sins, Stillborn Redemption. So it's like, almost like a rebirth story or like a evolution, how all of us, every day, all of us are evolving and changing. How you could be at one spot one day and then 5 years from now, you're someplace completely different. Personal growth, you know what I mean? Ain't none of us perfect out here. All of us done seen dirt or been around dirt. So it's about like, maybe you were there at one point, but what are you going to do once you get out of that dirt? Like, where are you going to take yourself? And that's kind of like what the album's kind of speaking to, you know what I mean? Right. It's kind of very autobiographical, so a lot of real stuff there still.
Right. And you know, like you said, that was a concept. Now let me ask you a question: where do you get your motivation behind these songs? Because these are songs that you write that are not just up in the air. They're not just about nothing. They're actually songs that have meaning to them. You know, without giving away your strategy, kind of what's your formula? Like, when do you know that it's time to sit down and write a song?
It comes from different places usually. Sometimes it's just you hear a beat and the beat's knocking and the beat's just, you know, starts to talk to you. And then, you know, and that's a motivator right there. It's just kind of like, there's no, for me anyways, there's no set way to how I write. Like sometimes I write my verses first. Sometimes I write my choruses first. Sometimes I just know what like based on the beat, what the title of it's going to be, and then I just kind of build from there. But there's usually different motivators with me. It's generally though more first an idea, you know, like again, you know, I know we keep going back to it, but like with the type of hip hop that we came up on and the type of hip hop that I got love for and will always have love for, it's they're saying something. You know what I mean? They're saying something. They're, you know what I mean, making you think. And to me, that's what makes good music. Now, I'm not saying that you can have like, you know, in the clubs type track. You know what I mean? Everybody feels those type of tracks too. Right. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I need bread and I need beef. You know what I mean? With my stuff. Yeah. Don't give me just. I don't want no 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
12 party track album. This ain't the disco era. You know what I mean? But that's
Right.
just how I see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I need both. You know, so
To make it well-rounded. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, it's just more or less like that type of hip hop, and I just like if to me, you know what I mean, money ain't a motivator. So
Right.
Money's always a motivator for everybody because we're out here trying to survive. But at the same time, when it just comes to the essence, as far as my love for the music's concerned, I do it because I do it. You know what I mean? Even if I have like a professional job or whatever, I could be doing whatever. I would always still be doing this. You know what I mean? So whether it's bringing in $1 million or a pack of cigarettes and a 40 from down the street, you know what I mean? It's just I have love for it, so
Right.
it'll always be there.
Now, what's like, let's talk about collaborations. Are there any collabos or anybody that is doing any tracks with you? I don't know, maybe not on this particular LP, but at all.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like specifically, like in terms of Elmore projects, like most of the projects I've done have been like collabo type work, like the Elmore DJ Goldmine, shout out, that's our boy. Did the mixing on the first two Elmore CDs, Below the T.O., the Underground Route, and Elmore Reloaded. He did all the mixing and scratching and all that stuff on there. Those were all complete collabos. That's like you're getting all the Elmore artists on there. Myself, you're getting A.J. Fontaine, you're getting X, Abaddon, E-Class, Haji, Keith Harris.
Right.
You're getting everybody. Everybody's up on those. And then, but speaking specifically to my albums, like I was saying, my boy A.J. Fontaine, who's on 3 of the tracks on this album, he's strictly on the hooks. On the 7 Deadly Sins, Stillborn Redemption, he's on 3 of the hooks that are on there. And I got a young singer who's heading up a rock band up here in Toronto. His name's Calvin Eberts. He's actually he's on one of the tracks. He's on one of the tracks as well. So those are the only collabos I have on this album, though. It's just strictly on the hooks. I had a concept in terms of what I wanted to do with the album, and I felt like having other MCs on there might take away from it. So I just kind of wanted it to be me, and then I added a little bit of flavor in terms of like singers on the hooks, that sort of thing.
Right.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That way people
it's fun, man.
That way people could get to that. Now, how have how have the people been receptive? Because I mean, I look on the social networks and I see you getting a lot of you're getting a lot of love on this. So I mean, how does that feel? To have the people behind you.
It feels good. It feels great, but I mean, I'm not satisfied, and I know in talking to some of my people or talking to my people daily about it, ain't none of us satisfied because we're hungry. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm a visionary, so I kind of know where this has to go or where this can go. And I'm nowhere near satisfied of where we're at now. Am I happy as far as what we're doing and the steps we've taken? Hell yeah. Because there's a lot of people who haven't done a tenth of what we've done. You know what I mean? Like this will be the fifth project that's coming out through Elmore. We put a lot of videos out. We got a lot of hits up on the YouTube channel, Elmore TV, and we're growing. There's like about 4 or 5 projects that are done that are sitting in the can, ready to go. So it's just kind of like you just keep beating that drum, and like that love that we got now can keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying, and we'll see where we are, a couple years from now,
Right.
So it's growth. Got to keep growing,
Right, like you say, just really staying focused on the work ethic itself and just kind of not worrying about what's going on around you. That's a good strategy.
100%. Right. And you work harder than the next person, and so a lot of time it ain't about the money or the backing that you got at first. If you can work as hard as the next person or 10 times harder than the next person, that's what you got to do. You know, if you ain't got the resources, if you ain't got the $1 million budget that some of the labels are given, then you got to figure out how to do it yourself and do it smarter and do it in different ways. So
that is absolutely right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes a lot of sense, man. Lessons. Let's go into another track. Bumpy, which one you want to go into next?
We'll go into there's a couple.
You got
I hope we got time for both.
Yeah.
I got an Abaddon track there, and we got play the track I was telling you about with my boy the singer on it.
Is it the
Calvin Eberts.
Godless?
It's Daddy.
Yeah,
the name of this track. It's I'll tell you about it afterwards, but this is with that singer I was telling you about.
All right, we're going to put that on right now. Daddy Lacies, right here on Hotline Radio with Keith Harris and Bumpy Kinks. Y'all listen and turn it up loud.
So much like you're gonna bleed. Who's gonna feed? Who's gonna lead? This is for the daddyless.
Why does he have up on walls in prison? Him and mom fighting while you listen. Sipping on your formula in the kitchen. Wondering why there's so much friction. Forget your own, is that living in sin? Neglecting the blessing that you were given. Now there ain't no one to tuck you in. Your pop walks out is how the story begins. Ghetto cities built up on broken homes. Better than broken bones and abusive clones. And when you phone, you wait for the tone. He's gone, mom's got 2 hats on. How in the hell we gonna find our way? Future is fragile as paper mache. Everyone says it's gonna be okay. Makes you wonder why there's a Father's Day.
Broken promises, collect calls on the phone. Hurt so much like you're gonna bleed. Who's gonna feed? Who's gonna lead? This is for the daddyless.
A lot of us can't pick food from a lineup, so mom puts a dad wanna sign up. Destruction of all our future king tuts. Deadbeat same as kicker in the gut. Oh damn, it hurts so much. Fallen soldiers are funny style men and blush. Outrageous yet we need a woman's touch. But cope with a gag clutch as a crutch. Story's the same as the cycle repeats. He copies her but he cycles every week. Running like it's a track meet. And works more than half complete for the elite. He's been in ship and now you're floating. That's why some of us part animal like Logan. I did it myself, that be the slogan. No tears helps, keep the vibe potent.
Broken promises, collect calls on the phone. Hurt so much like you're gonna bleed. Who's gonna feed? Who's gonna lead? This is for the daddyless.
Remembering like it was yesterday. Why shorty take our baby away? Never had a chance to see the sun rays. Savor her blow popper at the park, let's play. Maybe because of my childish ways. No teaching or pray, the clubs I pray. No support, they at the clinic. Now I dream of your unfulfilled limits. Yeah, Bumpy's far from perfect. Do anything to put you back in the cervix. Wombs to bring life, not out of service. Cause immature males acting all nervous. They could have been the future Obamas. My kids past and present, never meant to harm me. Whether I met you or not, you're the apple on my eye. Whether you're with me or not, or up in the sky.
Y'all just heard Daddyless Seeds from Bumpy Kinks. Now that one right there got deep. Bumpy, tell us about that.
Yeah, that one's a little bit different. Not just like in terms of sound, but concept is wise. You know, when you play that after 7 Deadly Sins, completely different vibe. With that one, it's just kind of like talking about a lot of us, as we know, coming from you from DC, I'm from B-Lo. You know, a lot of us come from that kind of like broken home,
right.
Or you know what I mean. We've all been around that. It's kind of like surrounds us, in those neighborhoods. You know what I mean? The urban city America, even up here in Canada, a lot of the same stuff as well. So it's just kind of like speaking to that. You know what I mean? The kind of trials and tribulations and struggles that the young ones are going through. You know what I mean? With these one parent homes and that sort of thing. So I like that one. My man, as I said, Calvin Evers was blowing on the hook on there. So I think it's a little bit different. He added a little bit of different flavor to that, but I just helped it brought the song alive even more. You know, so a big track.
It did, man. We're gonna get into the next track. The next track, you got another track on here. That way we keep up with the time. We got another track on here called God. It starts out Godless. What's that track?
Okay, Godless, man. That's as we were talking earlier about my boy Abaddon.
Yeah.
Pick up the community Soul on Wax. Those are his production houses. He is an Elmore producer with his side production houses. He produced the track, and my boy, the other artist I had mentioned who's featuring on this, very talented cat, AJ Fontaine. He does it all. He raps, he sings, does some reggae. He has his own sound. I can't keep up with him. He does everything. You know?
Right.
He probably hoops. You know what I'm saying? But anyways,
yeah.
he does it all. But he's on the hook. He's on the hook on this one, and you know, the track speaks for itself. It's called Godless, man. Big beat from Abaddon, big tune. Video for that one coming up as well, so look out for that one.
Alright, here go Godless Man by Bumpy Kinks, right here on Hotline Radio.
And AJ
Fontaine.
This is how we do. Little more. The hell is going on? 40 years later, we corrupted our mob and gave some. Where the hell did things go wrong? I'm wide awake in the choirs and songs. Yeah, I'm a man and a fan of the censor. But I'll bet you ain't gotta be a mentor to be like what's with you sergeant the vendors. Middle of the road, I'll go behind on these pretenders. Try to make it sweet like Splendor, but Coco Hollow inside, toy chasing like Tinder. Not a gonna hinder your collected legal tender. What happens when your paper return to sender? There go all the Dr. Feel Good and enablers. And you nail for the wood, now they set you off like tailors. Gonna stop saying those mollies like whalers. You failed, now you get trucked like tailors.
Wanna be your plan? Look across the land, surrounded by the storm, this man, they go what's gonna be your plan. Living in the land, surrounded by the storm, this man, son, what's gonna be your plan? Looking across the land, surrounded by the storm, this man, son, what's gonna be your plan? Looking across the land, surrounded by the storm, this man.
Think of all the so-called intellect and overreaching theories. The bell curve evolution down to Tim theory. Make up these myths cause you fear me. While you dance butt naked screaming Bloody Mary. True bonfires of the vanity. Race and candy. Can't hip-hop stop the insanity. Y'all wanna stop out? End off humanity. Now watch us put a bonfire to your canopy. TV evangelist always wanna preach this. God, wolf for the mass sleep sheep. Wanna move us all just like chess pieces. Shake up the board, can't fit me no puzzle pieces. Tired of all the rhetoric and chatter. Why you get a leg up with all from the infinite matter? But you continue to babble in modern day fable. So we got axes and wire cutters to your structure and cables.
Be your plan. Looking across the land, surrounded by the storm, this man, they go what's gonna be your plan. Living in the land, surrounded by the storm, this man, son, what's gonna be your plan? Looking across the land, surrounded by the storm, this man, son, what's gonna be your plan? Looking across the land, surrounded by the storm, this man.
Wait, don't fear your ghosts and goblins. God all in fear, you're the host in everyone's coffin. Enough of us get your whole shit wobbling. Throw off your blinders like goblins. Cause we know for this to end, the tools gotta come out before the sun actually comes out. Line up your sellouts, you got your booty out. What, I can't hear you with those things in your mouth. Witness everywhere about for all the marbles war. You can no longer ignore the knock at your door. Like a discotheque, everyone's gotta hit the floor. Me and more, this is for all of the Moors. They fooled us with the itch, they stirring up media dollars. Caught up in the world of odds like Judy Garland. I'm a battle disciples of Darwin. Survival of the fittest, down if the God is.
What's gonna be your plan? Looking across the land, what's going to be your plan? Put across the land, surrounded by these unrighteous men.
That was Godless Man by Bumpy Kinks and AJ Fontaine right here on Hotline Radio. What'd you say, Bump?
Yes, big track. I love that one. Abaddon with the, giving that rock feel to that one. Really feel that one. But it's basically with that track, it's just it's what it sounds like. Godless Man. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, you take in what we're saying lyrically there, and it's just it more or less really speaks for itself. You know what I mean? If you're moving in a certain way, then I'm calling you out. You know what I mean? We're basically calling you out on that one. Right. So it's just kind of like, if you see through,
then you see through.
You see through. Exactly.
Yeah. Word up. So now, all right. So just kind of go back, to back to the basics, to go back over. So in a nutshell, what can people expect from this LP that's dropping when they go pick it up?
It's almost like going to see your favorite movie down at the theater, whatever movie y'all going to see this weekend. I don't know what the hell's out there right now, but whatever movie you're gonna go see, it's kind of like you're getting. It's definitely a concept album where it's kind of like you're getting a storyline that's in the music is kind of like supporting it. So it's you're getting a little bit of everything. You're kind of like, if you listen to me tonight, you're intrigued by me and the Elmore story and all that. You know what I mean? You take in the album, and it'll give you a little bit more about who I am, where I've come from, and where I'm going, that sort of thing. And I feel that's kind of like I said before, the album's just kind of like about growth and evolution and going from point A to point B. You know what I mean? So kind of like a flashlight in the dark. You know what I mean? We all need a hand up from time to time. You know what I mean? Right. So.
And you say that people will be able to go to the site today and look, y'all got a little while, like he said, to be able to download it. Personally though, but make sure y'all go out and support and buy the album as well. Personally, I think he should make y'all go buy it, but okay.
Don't worry. It's only up there for a minute.
Oh, okay.
It's only up there for a minute, so if they want it this way, they're gonna have to run and get it. But if you get this one for free, then the next one, y'all gonna have to cough up a little something for that. But if they go to the website, www.elmorerecords.com, for a limited time you can download it free there. And the SoundCloud sites, it's gonna be up on Bumpy Kinks and Elmore Records. You'll be able to check the tracks on there as well. So those are the primary spots, and then you can check for the videos from it on Elmore TV, up on YouTube, and then follow us. Follow us. We be tweeting all the time at Bumpy Kinks. Is my own personal one, and the label is at Elmore Records. So follow us, keep track. Like I said, the album ain't gonna be free for long.
Right.
Ain't nothing stay free for a long time out here.
It sure don't,
it's not this economy, you know what I'm saying? So follow us on the website and on Twitter, because when it's not free, and your man, and don't you dare go down the street and burn it from your man.
Right.
It's not free no more. Come to the website and find out how you can cough up. I ain't some big record store down the street. We ain't gonna be charging $20 for the album. You know what I mean? Stay in touch with the website, and we're a growing company, and we want to continue to grow. And if you want us to continue to grow and to be able to provide you with music and product like this, then you know what I'm saying, just support it.
Right.
So,
and they can
love making music for y'all.
right, and they can also and like you say, the social networks that they can check you out and follow you is like Facebook, Twitter, and
Yep.
okay.
Facebook, definitely got the fan pages up on there. Again, Bumpy Kinks and Elmore Records right now. Of course, there'll be other ones for some of the other artists coming up, like you know, Bobby Jiggs, AJ Fontaine, X, Abaddon, Lucci, like the list goes on. Keith Harris. Yeah, I said it. They're all going to be up on there, but we got the SoundCloud pages right now. Right now, again, it's just Bumpy Kinks and Elmore Records. The Twitters at Bumpy Kinks at Elmore Records, Elmore TV. You know, Bumpy Kinks on Instagram. Like, we got all that stuff right now. So follow us on there. The main one is the website, though, ElmoreRecords.com. That's more or less the hub for us. You can kind of go there and kind of get links to all the other sites from there. And not only is it the music there and the videos, but we got the Elmore clothing line, you know what I mean? We got the T-shirts, the hoodies, the hats, all that stuff. So, you know, get your fill on the Elmore stuff, you know? I have to send my man Keith, you know, a hat or something.
Yeah,
you know,
man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I posted on the social media the other day. I was holding up the Elmore joint, took everybody for a throwback. You know what I'm saying? From back
for
then.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, now who go ahead and do your shout outs, man. Go ahead, shout everybody out.
First all my people down at Below, you know what I mean? Gotta show mad love. All y'all who tuned in from Sycamore to D.M.V., from Ken High, from all those areas down there. Riding on the 33 right now, maybe as we speak. I got love for all y'all.
Word.
Came up with y'all, got love for y'all. My T.O. people, you know what I mean, which is my second home. Got love for all y'all up here as well. You know what I mean, from east to west, you know, all over the city up here. City that's on the come up, as they're saying right now, we the north, whatever. And then, you know, all my people down south, you know what I mean? That's where my people come from Waverly, Alabama, all the way back on up to NYC. So I got love for everybody. All my people out there, you know who you are. I got love for y'all. Continue to support. And, you know, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to stay on our grind.
That's what's up. Bumpy, want to thank you for coming through. You know you family. You know you're welcome to come through anytime. So look, bring the whole crew too as their projects start to get ironed out and start to get put out. You know we're gonna keep you rotating on here already anyway. And and maybe maybe we'll leak that you know what out to the people. You know what I'm saying? Sometime soon.
You gotta let them hear that. Y'all heard me right in,
You know what I'm saying?
blow up this phone. We want the Keith Harris joint, early preview,
Hey, but I'm gonna tell. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell some of them artists out there right now. If you want to stay safe, though, you might not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, so.
Is it game over?
Right.
Game over,
Yeah, it might be game over for some of y'all artists out there. So, you know what I'm saying? You might want to just wait till we put it out, because if you ask for death early, you might receive it. So, you know, be careful. Look, you got me talking greasy on the radio, Kurt. Man, that's crazy. But
You can have the new artist calling in. Just interview me, man. Just interview me. I don't want to hear that joint.
Word up.
You're fucking with my record sales.
Word up. You know what I'm saying? We control the Bulls all the way around, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but
for sure. We're gonna talk about that though.
All right. Look, man, much love for you coming through again. On behalf of myself, Global Network, Hotline Radio, and everybody, we appreciate you coming through. And we're looking forward to hearing from you again soon, my brother. And shouts out to Toronto, man. I'll be back up there soon too, man.
You got to. We got a lot of work to do up here, so we got to get you up here sooner than later. But mad love to you and your show. Continued success. I've seen you growing with that, and the man's a hustler, y'all. Just keep listening to him. This is a dude on the come up, So keep doing your thing, man. I like watching
no doubt, man. We started. I started out with y'all, man. So I really appreciate that, man. Like you say, this guy watched me. This dude watched me. This dude Bumpy watched me really go through a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So he's somebody, that can actually say he's seen, me really stay on my grind, man. So I appreciate that coming from you, bro.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Let's keep the lines open and let's keep building.
All right, for sure. All right,
Fam.
all right. Peace out, y'all. Make sure y'all go cop the album. Get it now while you can. But then I'm forcing y'all to go buy it later on, man. Support the music. I'm all about that. Go support it. All right. Bumpy, we'll talk to you soon, my brother.
All right, fam.
All right, peace out.
All right, one. Peace.
That was Bumpy Kinks, president and artist of Illmore Records. Good friend of mine coming through. Make sure y'all go support him. Go support the whole movement below the TO, and then go support that new LP that's out now in the 7 Deadly Sins. All right? And happy Halloween to all from me and the rest of us right here at Hotline Radio and the Global Network Show with your host, Keith Harris.